Hey everyone, BDM here with a really long video, but this video is kind of important because I get asked a lot about how I do some of the things I do and the cameras I use. So this is going to be a video explaining all that. I'm not really expecting to get a lot of views on it, but it is a tutorial of sorts to show you how much I invested in YouTube, the different cameras I use, and the different ways to save money and the value of these devices, you know, so you can be economical about it and not waste your money. The first thing I get asked a lot about is my capture cameras. And one of the reasons I did this video is all my cameras right now are in my possession. They're not on trees somewhere. But anyway, this one's strapped in. Capture cameras are cameras that have a motion detector right here. This one's right in here. And you can get them varying prices. This is a wild game, 6 point something. I forget what it is, 6.7 RX or something. It's not the best one they make, but it's really nice. Anyway, here's the SD card slot right here. And it also has an external port, and there's the batteries. And it has a view screen. You can turn it on and it shows you, you know, how many videos you have. You can set these for photos and intervening time periods from like a 1 minute to a 30-second layover before it takes another picture or another video. I paid $100 for this on eBay, which was very reasonable. It's firing right now because I turned it on. So there's a picture on there now. You can go ahead and spend as much as you want on these cameras. I spent $100 on this. I think it was priced between $200 to $300 other websites, and if I went to like Gander Mountain or even, well, they don't even sell these at Walmart, this version. But if you went to like Cabela's or something like that, you'd probably pay $250, $300 because of the retail markup on it. And it's real easy to install. Literally, you just throw some batteries in, and I can tell you for a fact from using these, the expensive Duracell batteries versus the dollar store batteries that you get for like $8 for a couple bucks or something at dollar store, they last just as long in these cameras. So, you know, I'm switching over to dollar store batteries because they don't last any longer. You just strap it on and you put it on a tree, just hook it up. Once you turn it on, leave it, come back a few days later. I've got a lot of deer photos, a lot of deer stuff. I usually shoot video. Now the difference between this one and this one is this one shoots silent film at night for 1 minute in length, or 30 seconds in length, I think. And it's silent, and it also takes pictures. This one I got at Walmart is actually a little nicer in some ways, and it's not as good in other ways. The SD card goes in here. These are all weatherproof too. They're not waterproof, but they're very water resistant. They hold up. The battery pack's down here. They all take about 8 batteries. Now you can get them with these cameras that take C's and D batteries too. The batteries seem to last pretty well. They all have USB ports out. You can just plug them right in your computer, but I just take the SD card. This one has a TV out. You can actually use it as a video camera. I believe this one does too, and it has a USB port out. The reason I like this one is it records, well, it records sound, but it records shorter length videos. I think the videos are 10 seconds long with sound at night, 30 seconds or a minute long with sound in the daylight. So what you do is you throw some corn or carrots or something out and you can film like raccoons or rabbits and stuff like that. There must be a size and a trigger switch on it, because you'd be surprised. You'd think you'd get like birds and branches moving and stuff, and that stuff doesn't set it off. It has to be something pretty big. So I got this one on sale at Walmart for about $199. So that was a steal for this. This is actually a pretty advanced Moultrie camera, and it just uses a little strap to hold it on. I've left it out in the weather. It rained on it. Pouring snow, rain, ice. I've had to go out there and bust ice off of it to get it off the tree. There's no wear on it. Whatever they make these things out of, I mean, this is a great camera. And they also have a seal on them. If you're going to get one, the Wild Games are probably the better camera. if you're a serious avid hunter looking for game. This one doesn't seem to have any faster or slower trigger switch than that one. Triggering is when the motion sensor picks up on stuff. But they've all got these nice seals in them, and the way they're built, unless you throw it in a lake, it's not going to get ruined by the weather, which is really nice. So there's my capture cameras, and I use those a lot. The next thing I'd like to talk about is my, basically my Workhorse camera. Now this is a 2005 version. I have 4 of these, believe it or not. This is a, I won't tell you exact brand, PVGS 300 Panasonic Minicam. Now they take an SD card, but they only can do photos in the SD card mode. This one has a extended life battery on it. The normal battery is about half that length, and the one that I'm using right now to film with has an even more extended battery. I've only seen it once. This battery lasts like 8 hours. This one lasts like 5 or 6 hours. I never bother plugging these into the wall, even though they have, you know, the wall adapter right here. You know, you can just plug it in and plug it directly in the wall. Never use it because my batteries last so long. One thing about Panasonic I like over any other device I've ever owned, their batteries are, or batteries made for them, whether they're Panasonic batteries or not, that's you know, another thing. The batteries made for these cameras last literally way past, I never run out of battery life. And these cameras are really neat. You can, they're a lot of fun. They take a mini DV tape, which I don't have one handy, but the mini DV tapes are nice because if you drop, break the camera, ruin it, whatever you have is still on the tape. And that's important. That's why I don't use digital for my Workhorse camera. You know, you're filming and you're on digital, it doesn't take for whatever reason, there's an error, a glitch. You lost that film, that scene, that moment in time. With a tape, DV tape, and all the pros say that too, you know, DV tape is still better and the quality is a lot better. You can do a lot with it. This camera's nice. It's, like I said, it's a 2005 model. I've bought 4 of these. Now you say, well, why didn't you get a newer, nicer camera, an HD, like say a Sony or a Canon HV30 HD camera, which are absolutely a better camera? Well, there's a couple reasons. One is this is a 3CCD camera. It's the pre-HD camera right before they went to HD. What makes it nice is the quality's pretty close to HD. It's not HD, it's more like maybe like a 720 range, but it's not true HD. But you can format it HD, and on YouTube, nobody can tell the difference, and I'm being honest about that. Some people can, but not that many. It's got the external mic jack right here, the out for the AV video. It's got stereo speakers, and they're directional. I used to have a zoom mic that I would put up here. This works better than the zoom mic, you know, an additional directional zoom mic. The only thing is though, it's not directional like a zoom mic you can turn. In this case, whatever's outside that range starts to fade a little bit. It's a very easy point and shoot camera. It has the FireWire cable, which I like better than USB 2.0 or anything they have out now. I still say the FireWire cable out is better for transferring video. I don't know if you can see this. There's no tape in it, so it's not going to act right. It's a very easy point and shoot camera. And it has a toggle switch. It's very simple to use. It's got the shoe jack, most of them do, for like an extra microphone or a light or anything like that. And they're very durable. I've kind of like really abused the hell out of these. It also has a flashlight for pictures. Like I said, the SD card for photographs is pretty good, and we use it for a camera, for a digital picture camera. It's not bad, but you can get a better camera for like 60 bucks at Walmart, which is what we did, you know, a little compact, which is a little easier than tugging this along if you're just going to take some family photos. But the flash works real well. It doesn't wear the battery out. And it's, like I said, a workhorse camera. The other thing I like is, okay, why didn't I switch to HD? Because, have you ever exported or worked with HD film? The stuff is huge. It takes like 2 hours to like export a 2-minute HD 1080 DP video. I use 720 DP works great, doesn't take that long. On longer videos it does, like this will be 720 and it's going to take a couple hours, but it's a long video. So that's my workhorse, the PV GS300. Now these used to be like an $800 camera when they came out. Now, this is where the value part of the whole thing comes in. I got this right here for $170. That was with postage off eBay. And this is kind of like an unwrapping. I already unwrapped it, but this is what I got, and this is what I'm trying to tell people on YouTube that ask me questions. This was a bundle pack. Somebody was trying to get rid of their Panasonic camera, the same model I had. You just have to find one that you like, model-wise, and wait, and you can, and this stuff's working right now in 2012 for me. And this is what I got for 170 bucks. I got 3 tapes. All right, there's the tapes. And these are like $20 right here. This lady happened to throw in a little SD card case. And the SD card's up in here. She threw in a, now this was all part of the description in the YouTube thing. This is an SD case. She threw in a 1 gigabyte card, which was really nice. And that goes, you know, that, so I got that case, and that's great for travel because SD cards are a pain. She threw in a little mini desk tripod, which I kind of needed, and it extends. Now, this is really going to be nice for vacation because, you know, you can take this and put it out on the beach and stuff, and since I basically got it for free, if I break it, lose it, whatever, you know, I'm not out anything. Comes with a neck strap, shoulder strap, which I don't use. Came with a charger. Not all cameras, when you order them online, come with a charger. This is where you could, and I'll show you here real quick. This is where you plug it into the back of the camera and it acts like where the battery goes. So you can just, you know, use it forever. And it really is, Panasonic really makes their stuff really nice. This is the normal Panasonic battery. This is a extended life battery. She gave me 2 batteries. Most people got to get a second battery, and she included it. I checked the camera. The camera works great. It's a PVS. Yeah, PVS 300. PVGS 300. And there was no SD card in it. Yeah, I did check it. And the PVS too, if you have the extended battery, this does come out further so that you compensate for the battery length. I forgot to tell you that. So anyway, I got the camera. I got an extra battery. Now we're still not done yet. She also gave me the cables. She didn't give me a FireWire cable. Nobody gives those up. And I forgot to point out that these cameras do come with remotes. Now when I bought my first camera, it didn't have a remote. So getting extra remotes helps because I didn't get one with my very first one. And I paid $300 for that camera when I started 2 or 3 years ago. I got a basic camera, no adapter for AC, 1 battery, a crappy camera. And I got by and made a lot of money with that camera on YouTube. And then I decided, well, now I can get these things for like 170 bucks. You know, here's all the stuff you get with it. I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple extra for backup, and then my son can have one for school because he's up in Cleveland. So, you know, why buy new and pay those retail prices, which I'm basically fed up with retail, except for clothing because you got to try stuff on. Retail's just getting outrageous. So anyway, that's a bundle pack for $170. You're in business on YouTube, and I got this beautiful bag with it. And this is absolutely one of the nicest camera bags I've ever had. It's way better. I have like a Workhorse camera bag. This is going to be my like vacation good family bag, and it's really nice. I also wanted to point out some different things I use on my camera. So for $170 postage paid, you can get stuff like that. So why buy new? And I've never bought a camera on YouTube that was bad. My very first one I bought had a scratch on the lens, and I had to deal with that for a while, but I got kind of screwed on that one. But other than that, I've never had a problem with anything I bought online electronic-wise. Okay, I bought this. This is a macro and a fisheye lens for this camera model. You can get these things for like 25, 30 bucks. This one came with a bundle pack like that. So when you look for camera deals, look for things like that. Now here's how it works. This is the fisheye, and then you take the fisheye off, and you can actually film like your eyeball or a zip video up close with this macro lens. And believe me, it gets up on there. You can count the hairs on a fly. So for $30 you can get like a lot of technology on. And this again was a YouTube deal I got. I looked at getting a 3x lens for this camera. Gotta watch screwing them off. The other thing I like about these Panasonics, since I'm doing a video telling you why I like this camera, is, I can show you right here. Panasonics, you don't need a lens cap. These kind of cameras. See that? It's got an automatic shutter. You can take these things off, toss it around, clean the lens. Look at this. You put it back up, and I bet you I can't do it because I'm on camera. Where is it? It's supposed to be easier. Just something I noticed. Yeah. Ooh, cockeyed. Yeah, because I'm filming it, I can't do it. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Alright, here. Anyway, what I was going to say is even a kid can do this without breaking it. Alright, there it is. It just zips right back on. So you clean the lens, put your shutter back on. There you go. So you don't have to worry about breaking it, you know, because it's kind of a sensitive piece of little mechanics there. It's really nice. You can push that open too with your finger. It's not that bad. That's really a big saver because I don't know how many people have pointed their camera somewhere with the lens cap on. You know, because you're not looking at it at that moment. Okay, this is, I wanted to point this out too. This is something I use a lot, tripods. My big tripod is holding up my camera right now. And I got that at Walmart for like 20 something bucks. I didn't go out and buy a fancy tripod. This one my son's bought me for Christmas one year is a Workhorse tripod. And it stretches to like, wow, like this is the floor and it's off the floor. This thing is great for travel. These are like 20 bucks. They got this one not even at a photo store. They got this one at a, I think like a Rite Aid or something. This little sucker here is great for travel. It fits in my camera bag. I'm probably going to take it on vacation with me instead of my big tripod because the big tripod, no matter how much it folds down, it's just too big. It was nice having my big tripod though on vacation this year because I did use it for some specific films. This one, I just can't say enough about it. This is a beautiful little tripod. Like I said, you can get these things, and it's pretty sturdy too. You can get these things for like 20, 25 bucks. Don't go out and spend like a huge amount of money on tripods, cameras, unless you really got the money to blow or daddy's paying the bill. And in that case, why do it to your dad? You know, save your dad a couple bucks. He might actually appreciate it. This little camera I just got, this pretty little pink camera, it came with, or did it come with one? Or did I have to get one? Oh no, yeah, this is one of my cards. I had an SD card for it. This is a 2 gig SD card. It'll take up to 2 gig. This is just a little tiny camera that I bought for very specific functions. I wanted to do some night vision filming with voices, with the sound, and I wanted to be able to point and aim it so I know what was on film at the time because I'm looking through the viewfinder right here. This Vivitar night vision is really about only good for about like personal range, filming people talking like in a car or somebody standing maybe a few feet away. $25, $30 you can get these postage paid on eBay. Night vision, point and shoot, and they're great like if you want to hold it and do some vlogging or something at night. Why spend all that money on night vision or buy an older camera that's kind of hard to transfer the video over? This is all SD, pop it out, throw it in. It also comes with the port right here, USB plug port right here. And it's highly compatible. I have no problems getting video off of it. And all you do is turn it on, point, take a picture, or tell it to do a video. It's totally simple. You can also do a little bit of zooming with it. It's not much of a digital zoom, but you know. And like I said, this camera is not going to be the best. It's going to be grainy. It's going to be, you know, blurry because it's like a webcam, you know, where if you move it, it does that. It's for a very specific reason. So I spent $30 for night vision technology, for a microphone, and for point and shoot capabilities, you know, where I could just point, look at the viewfinder, shoot it, get what I need right now for 30 seconds on film, 30 bucks. I didn't spend $250, I didn't buy some camera that, you know, security cameras or all that stuff. I bought something very specific for a very specific purpose. I don't mind spending $20, $30 on something like that because that's what it's for. You know, it wasn't for any other reason. Also, cell phones work great. I use those occasionally. But my cell phone is not as good as my wife's iPhone. Now, here's the big thing I wanted to do. Okay, this is an actual unboxing of the next level of what I want to do. Now, I spent a little money on this. I still saved about half what it would cost. I invested and bought a underwater camera. Now, I bought it off eBay from a private seller, and I got it for this whole thing right here for $200, about. I blurred out his address. Great guy, should work, I don't know yet. This is the first time I'm opening it. So I don't know if everything's perfect yet, but you know, there could be a snake in here. Maybe that's the other video I'll make. But anyway, I bought this camera for a specific reason too. That I spent $30 on, well, I spent $200 on this. Well, you might say, why would you spend $200? This is a very specific waterproof camera. Waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof. I'm going to do the actual unboxing because I'm kind of proud of myself. Now this is a true investment. You did all that, you saved some money. This is an investment. And even as an investment to make specific videos to make money on, I only spent $200 bucks. Well, I spent a little more than that, but I'll get into that. Just a few dollars more than that. Okay. This camera, it's kind of hard to remember the name. Let's see how we got here. Is a Panasonic, and I am a Panasonic man. I do think Sony, feels like there's something shaking in here. Okay, we'll get this out of the way, it's kind of nasty. It's a Panasonic TS2 AVCHD light camera. It's 14 megapixels, 14.1 megapixels. It's not the, and it also does movies in HD. I think it does a default 720 video instead of the 1080 all the time. But you could even do video editing on this. It's a pretty slick camera model. This is the TS2 D2, I think. I bought a very specific model. It's the D2. Now, why did you buy this? This will film up to 30 feet underwater, 33 feet underwater, 10 meters I think. That's what it is. And I got this as a bundle pack too. I didn't just buy the camera off of eBay or down at Best Buy's and pay $400 plus for it. I got this, which is a carrying case for your belt. The fella had all this. I think some of this stuff comes with it, but I wanted to make sure I got it because sometimes you'll see something on YouTube, or not on YouTube, but on, it also has this for the strap for your shoulders. Lanyard. This is your port in. It's got, there's the battery, and there's the battery charger. There's the lanyard for it, little tiny lanyard. That's the case for the battery. This guy had everything with it. He took real good care of it. Yeah, it's the DMC TS2. I thought it was called a D2 camera, but I think that's just a general thing. Alright, the reason I got this camera was, I'm going to fill that out. Let's see what else is in here. Yeah, I got the DMC DS2. I thought I got a D2 model. I'll have to look at it. This is like a semi-waterproof case. Not water resistant, waterproof. You know, takes a little bit of a beating. This is your travel. This is not waterproof. You really don't have to have waterproof or water resistant, but this is your travel. It also comes with a silicone jacket on it that you can only get with the camera. And the battery's not in it, so it doesn't work right now. But let's see what it says here. Yeah, it's TS2. It's a DMC TS2. This is good for under 33 feet of water. It's really small. You can see the difference in size. You know, lugging this thing around. This is actually pretty heavy. This is really light. It's almost the same size. I'll go get my other camera real quick. Hang on. It's almost the same size as my, here's how my stereo microphone works too. When I leave the room, you should still be able to hear me talking. When I get my camera, it was right here. Here it is. Now everybody knows I love taking pictures, I love filming stuff. We take tons of pictures of our kids, go on vacation, take 500 pictures. I went and bought a new camera. Now this is a new one. Last Christmas I got it. It was like the discounted model. 12 megapixels or 10 megapixels? What is it? 10 megapixels. You can't tell the difference between 12 and 14. If you can, more power to you. Zippity-doo-dah. 60 bucks, okay? Takes 2 batteries. Like I said, batteries are cheap. You go to the dollar store. Lasts pretty long. Most pictures are during the daylight. You don't use a lot of battery on that. 60 bucks. So I bought this. This weighs just a little more than this. And it's almost the same size. Now I have a waterproof jacket for this. But I was nervous I'd break it because I'm going to go pretty deep in the water when I go on vacation this year. So I bought this one instead. I'm going down about 30 feet. No more than that. This does video, and the big thing about this one is it has a 40 megabyte memory in it, internal. Now here's another package just showed up with that. I already opened it because I couldn't remember if it... What happened was I bought an extra battery. I bought this battery. You can buy these batteries. Now here's what I wanted to get at. I paid $200 for this. Okay? It came with all this stuff. It was a nice bundled pack. All the stuff is here to basically go on vacation, go to your kids' school and take pictures with this one, not lose it. Nice charger here, you know. I don't know how it plugs in. Did I not get the plug for it? I don't know how this thing works. Well, I hope I figure it out. Doesn't have a cord out. I don't know how it plugs in. But anyway, here's what I want to get at. This is $200, bundle pack. Everything's here, even the software disk. Some people don't give you the software disk. They lost it or they threw all this stuff away. This guy took real meticulous care of his camera. Everything's right here. Okay, even the warning papers are here. This guy did a really good job. Here's your travel case. Okay, nice lanyards on these too. Here's the for here. Everything is there. Charger. $200. So I saved about $200 right now just buying the camera off of eBay, off of a very good seller with a high rating. And this case comes with it. Like I said, these silicone cases. This protects this like an iPhone. You know, when you drop it, this is also a shock dust resistant camera. So you can take it like to the desert, to the woods, camping, throw it in a lake. It's going to make it as long as it floats. And it's going to take an impact because of this silicone covering. The battery, these batteries you can pay literally as much as you want to buy this battery. You can pay 60, 80 bucks for this battery, maybe even $100 at Best Buy or anywhere. You probably can't even get this at just about anywhere because it's a newer battery. You know, you just can't get anywhere. Try to price it on eBay. I was seeing it for $30. Got the exact SKU number. The trick is I got the exact SKU number on this. Right here. There's a little tiny DMVBCB10PP model. Type that in. Bought it out of New York. I think it was New York. From this lady. No, I bought this from California. First class shipping. 10 bucks. 10 bucks. It's not here yet, but I'm just using this as an example. $10 postage paid. $30 if you don't shop around. $60, $80 for this battery, and you always got to have a backup battery. These batteries are only good for like an hour and a half to 3 hours depending on what you do of shooting time. You shoot a lot of video with these, I heard it drains the battery, so I wanted to get an extra battery. $10 more. You know, you spend $200, spend 10 more, postage paid. This, $9.19 I think, or $10 I paid for this. Free postage, UPS. I ordered this like Wednesday. It's Friday and I got it in my mailbox. Free postage from, I think this one come from New York. Or no, this is California too. Fremont, California. I got this. Here's the memory card for it. This takes, because it's a newer camera, I think it's a 2009, 2010 model versus my 2005 model. This takes a 64 gigabyte up to a 64 gigabyte SDXC card. This is an SDXC card, 64 megabyte card. That's like getting 32 Hollywood movies on this I could shoot before I even fill it up. The laptop I take probably doesn't even have 64 gigabytes of memory for me to drop on it. I can't even comprehend something that big. I don't even know if it'll work fully. I mean, it may only work for up to 8 or 16 gigabyte, but it'll take this card. There might be an upgrade to get it to take that much memory. Some devices only read up to, like, say 2 or 4, or like this only reads up to I think a 2 gig card. It'll only read up to that. You can stick this card in, it'll work, but it'll only go up to 2 gigabytes of storage. I think the same thing with my Workhorse. And my game cameras only take, I think, up to an 8 gigabyte card. They just won't read, they won't store anything past that because of compatibility issues to the cards. But this one will take up to a 64. That's, like I said, 32 movies. So literally one card, I could record like a whole vacation. There could be 2,000 pictures on here and 10, 12, 14 hours of video. I don't shoot that much video on vacation. I'm lucky if I get 4 or 5 hours of video total in a week, because, you know, you're running around and, you know, you point, you got to stand there. So what I wanted to do with this one, since it does have a boot on it, I call it a boot, but I don't know if that's exactly what you call it. It's a little baby. I like this thing already. What I was going to do here is I was going to do a lot of this stuff while I was on vacation. I think, if it'll work. I was going to get, not this tripod, that little tiny travel pod I was going to take with me. And like I said too, if this thing, the one thing I like about this camera versus anything else I'm taking on vacation, if it, I'm not going to do it for real, but if it falls over and takes a pretty good hit, even 3 to 5 feet, you didn't do anything. With a tripod on it too, you know, the tripod's heavier, that's a trick to cameras. If your camera's going to fall any kind of distance, you want that first impact to be the tripod, not the heavy camera. So whenever you're going to do anything where there's a risk of your camera flipping or falling over from wind or anything, or a height or anything, make sure your tripod's heavier so when it does flip and fall, the first thing to impact is the tripod versus the camera. I know it's silly advice, but it does matter. So you always want a heavier tripod than your camera. The Walmart ones are not usually probably heavier than your camera. Your camera's going to be the first thing to hit, so don't take those like up on a hill or a mountain or out in the woods hiking and then leave your camera unattended, because if it blows it over from the wind, your camera's going to take that first big hit. So I was going to do a lot of this on vacation, you know, at the ocean or the beach, and not have to worry about it getting wet. Like I said, it's good for 10 meters, 33 feet underwater, waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof, 2 meters and 6.6 foot shock proof, 14 megapixel camera, $200 versus $400. Peripherals cost me an extra $20. 10 and an extra 10 for a spare battery. $220. I am almost up to date. This is almost the most advanced Panasonic camera. It's only a year or 2 old model. Highly in demand model. I went on eBay, I could find 4 or 5 of them at the time. And you can get them for anywhere between, I just lost a sale on one. I was going to get one and it sold for $163, but I don't think it had all the peripheral materials with it. For $163, I don't think it had the disc and the different things with it. He didn't show them in the picture or mention them. This guy mentioned in his description all of these devices and all the equipment was here. So that was important to me. This man was very descriptive, very nice gentleman, and he showed everything in the pictures, everything that was included. So it was better to pay that, even though I lost that auction too. I was just kind of watching it and I thought, I don't know if I feel good about this. That guy might add an SD card in his too, so that does change the value a little bit. But I was looking at this and I thought, you know, for an extra 40 bucks, I'm just gonna, this was a buy it now. I didn't have to go to the auction and, you know, bid up. I just went on, bought it. Did a buy it now, 200 bucks, done. Guy had it in the mail. I bought this camera Wednesday. It's Friday, it's at my house. So plenty of time before vacation if you ever need to order something. And I can't say enough about it. So anyway, there we go. That's my informative video. It's probably too long for everybody's purposes. Point and shoot, the next generation. And that's what this is. This is the point and shoot version of Panasonic. You can get fancier models. This one has the 16.9. This does too, 16.9 shooting. This is 2005 model versus a digital still camera technology. You can see the difference for, you know, for purposes of compatibility. And we've come a long way. Like I said, you want a workhorse? Go with an older 2005, 2006, 2007 Panasonic version. Like I said, I like Sony, I really do, and I like a lot of the things that Canon puts out. I do have a Canon point and shoot family camera. I was going to buy the Canon HD DV30, I think is what it's called, HD30 camera. But I didn't want to switch to HD level for exporting and importing reasons. It's just too big a file right now for the computers to handle. The computers, even though I have a very advanced 1 terabyte memory on my computer, I have a 1 terabyte backup on my computer, I use Sony Vegas 10.0 Pro, which is, they just come out with 211 this year, which is exactly the same model, it's just a newer model. And I have a 4 quad channel computer, so my computer is very, very fast. A very strong computer. It's almost a game level computer for editing software and things. It's still not where I want to be for processing HD 1080 video. And I don't want to burn to Blu-ray. I don't even own a Blu-ray player. I don't care about Blu-ray. The technology, what I'm getting at, is too far out there, and the devices that use that technology, your computers, your TVs and all that, just haven't really caught up to where I feel comfortable with and for the money and the value. You can go on YouTube, which is basically your working man's video storage unit, and get a camera that's 6 or 7 years old or more, that's very highly compatible with today's computer programs and today's computers and everything, software, and really crank out a lot of stuff, have a good time, and do it for, like I said, about $170 for that bundle pack, including a camera bag and tapes and everything. You wouldn't even have to go to Walmart. You could just pull that stuff out, charge up your camera, and run out the door filming for $170, and you'd be right about where I'm at right now. If you want to do some specialty stuff like I've done, I've showed you everything I use. You've got night vision technology for $100 or less. Vivitar night vision technology in an older model camera. Most people use the Sony HD Handycam. You can't beat Handycam technology for YouTube. So I'm not knocking it, but you have a lot more versatility with a mini cam like this, and a lot more stuff you can do. You know, add lenses to it, add microphones, add lights. I have a light for mine too, I didn't show that. The lights are kind of a pain in the ass. They never last as long as you want, but I do have a little miniature light for strictly vlogging. Tripods, stay on the cheap side, guys, because, you know, until you make some money, like I've earned a little money, I've done a little well on YouTube, I'm kind of proud of myself, not bragging, but okay, I've made enough money at this point where I can invest a little bit in backup equipment and in a newer model, something point and shoot for fun and to take on vacations. And the whole idea is, this is my wife's and this is mine, and this has very specific things it can do, and this has specific things we use it for. Just point, shoot, shoot, shoot all day long, and it cost me 60 bucks. Relatively speaking, $200, so $60, $80 here, maybe $100 if you go to Walmart, which is where I bought this, right off the shelf at Walmart. Another $100 more if you shop around on eBay. I got a bundle pack. This came with more stuff than this for 200 bucks, $220 total with other equipment. And this is like top of the line. I mean, this is like a golden stallion. I'm really proud to have this, and you know, I can't wait to shoot on it. The Luminex, I mean, Panasonic is just, I am a Panasonic person. I love their stuff. I appreciate everybody stopping by today, and thank you for joining me. And we're going to have a contest video coming out soon. We're going to have the March Madness. That should be out this weekend, and we're going to have some more scary videos coming out soon. Thank you, and goodbye.